Now, all through our career of being students, we know the struggles and the funness of homework. We most likely, every student has had to bring home homework, and we all know how it feels. So, do you do your homework because it's actually helping you, or are you just doing it because the teacher told you that you have to? Most of the time, students don't feel like homework is actually helping them. That's why you very often see students copying other people's homework, because the goal of doing the homework is just to get it done, not to actually learn something from it. So most of the time, as a student, I know that it doesn't help me, and I just do it to get it done. So students should not be required to do homework. And the solution to eliminating homework is that teachers should give extra class time to work on the homework, and students should do more hands-on activities instead of doing homework, and teachers can have the students teach the class instead of having them take home homework and teach themselves. So teachers should give students class time to work on homework. So instead of the students having to go home and do an hour of homework, teachers should give the students an hour in class time to finish their homework. Now, teachers might think that they don't want to do this because students they'll just slack off and just mess around and waste their time. But then that's their own problem. That's the student's own problem. If you're going to waste that time, then you get to bring home that homework. So students they're not going to mess around during that time because they don't want to take their work home and have to do the homework. So another thing is that the teachers talk too much. They don't set aside time for students to do the homework because they're just up there. The teachers are just up there talking too much. And according to teachingenglish.org.uk, in an article entitled Teacher Talking Time, when teachers talk too much, it eliminates the student talking time. So if a teacher there's a 60-minute lecture and the teacher talks for half of that time, so they talk for 30 minutes, and there's a classroom full of 15 students, then each student only gets 2 minutes to talk. So if the teacher is talking too much, then it'll lead to boredom, and they'll lose concentration, they'll just daze off and daydream, and so that will reduce learning. And so if you give the students, if you give them time to work on their homework, it'll be silent time, so that can help the brain process, and that's a good thing. And also, if they have time to work on their homework in class, then if they need help, they can ask the teacher for the questions instead of being at home and having nobody to answer their questions for them. So teachers should also do more hands-on activities, because you don't learn anything from sitting in your desk and having the teacher just talk. So they should do more hands-on activities. And according to globeuniversity.edu, in the article Benefits of Hands-on Learning, students who practice what they are learning in a hands-on environment can often retain 3.5 more as much as sitting and listening. So an example of hands-on learning would be in a science class, instead of the students having to read something in the book and then do a worksheet about it, the students can dissect something. So if they're learning about something that's in the book, they should dissect it, and that's hands-on learning that they can learn from. I know that my science classes, I have learned more from actually dissecting something than sitting in a desk and doing nothing. And another thing that teachers can do instead of giving students homework is they can have the students teach the class. So I've done this a couple times in my classes, and I feel like it has really helped. So the teacher can split the class into groups, and the teacher can give each group of students a topic, and that group has to learn, they have to research it, and create a PowerPoint that they'll present to the class, and the other class they have a chance to teach the other class. So the students are teaching other students. So it changes the roles in students as to where they get to learn from other students and they also get to teach. So it'll help them learn by teaching each other. And at the end of class, they could write a summary. So they'll write a summary about what they learned, and they can look over that if they need help ever remembering what they learned. And so, because the teachers in the class, they take the dominant role because they're always teaching, so they're the dominant role in the class. And so students, their only role is to reply. That's all they do. So it eliminates their opportunity of speaking skills, so they don't get that chance. So if they are teaching the class, they actually get the chance to, they're not only responding, but they're also teaching. So the next time you do homework, you should think about the purpose of it and if it's helping you or if it's not. Because us as students, we can learn just fine without the piles of homework and doing unnecessary work. So the solution to eliminating homework is that students should give class time or the teachers should give class time for students to work on their homework. The teacher should also do more hands-on activities with the students, and the students should teach the class, because then it gives them that opportunity and something other than just sitting and listening.